no, I'm fucking stupid. I didn't record.
I thought we were leading into it.
And what? Just give me a minute. I need to get myself together.
This week we sample beers from Pilot Project. This is episode 160 of the Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Malting Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Malting Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Village, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
Happy National Beer Day. But when this is out, it's Happy National Beer Day. It's National Beer Day.
And my anniversary.
Oh, hey. Happy anniversary. Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
So when this is out, it's your anniversary?
Yeah, Monday.
Nice. And so two days after that, so the 9th would be about, how long have you been married?
8 years, 6 years, 7 years. I think it's 7.
7 years?
2018?
2018?
Yeah, 7
years.
years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 7 years. Yeah, it's, so on 2 days after that, on the 9th, that's when I had the worst pain of my life, and my sciatic nerve finally decided to be like, hey, you're going to paralyze you in pain, and you're going to have the worst 3 days of your life.
Happy anniversary.
Hey, we did it. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good, you know. Spring in Chicago. It's gloomy, not very warm. We've got rain, and there's warm days. It's nice. I like this transitioning part.
It was sunny this morning when we were out at the park across the street from your house. It was funny because we were driving there. I was like, crap, I should have texted Tony. And I was like, he's probably sleeping or off running errands. Becca was like, text him anyways, because if he's home and he's up and he wants to, just literally, because we parked in the lot, like right across from your house. And then it was, just right down the path. And it was a quick thing. It wasn't even an Easter egg hunt. They threw a bunch of like plastic eggs in the middle of like the driest part of the park. Yeah. And put ropes around it. And then all the kids were going, and there was a crap ton of kids. And they're like, everybody get one egg. And then all these kids are coming up. Benjamin's like, I got like 5 eggs. And I was like, you're supposed to get one. He's like, I know, but I got 5. It was because there were so many kids. They said, they wanted to make sure every kid got at least one egg. Yeah. And then you take those eggs, go back, dump them into a bucket, and then they gave you like a little goodie bag or whatever. Oh, and then there was a guy dressed up as the Easter Bunny.
Dude, the Easter Bunny was there?
Yeah. Benjamin did not care. He was like, you want to wait in line to get the Easter Bunny? He's like, no, we can go home. We were like, okay.
All right, fair enough.
So we went back.
That kid's all business.
So and he didn't even want to. I don't know if we offered the playground, but I was like, he was running towards it at first, and I was like, "Where's he going?" He's like, "I'm going to the car." I'm like, "You're going the wrong way." So he turned around and came back. But yeah, so it was sunny out then. I was like, okay, maybe it'll get nice, and then like it started getting gloomy again, and then the sun came out a little bit. So yeah, one of those weird in and out spring days. So
it's kind of like a fall. That's why I like spring and fall. It's like the transitioning seasons that we actually do get, and I feel like we are actually having spring, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, because there was I think last week when we were out of town, there was like a pretty
there was some
nice day.
Really nice days last week. So they're creeping in, baby.
I saw all these people posting about like, oh, you're firing up your grills today and blah 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 blah. I'm like, I did that already.
Oh, guess what I found out?
What?
My residence where I'm at. I believe that there are 3 communal grills that are set up that are for the entire building. So yeah, I'm pretty freaking excited about that.
You know what you should do? I don't know what grills they are, but if you can't, like, if you eventually go and get like an electric smoker or something, or you get brave and try one of those indoor ones. Mm-hmm. But if you can't do that, like go on Amazon or whatever and get the Amazing Tube, and like you can use that on a regular grill. Ooh. Like, are they gas or are they?
No, they're charcoal.
But you can still keep the temp down.
Oh yeah.
But you can literally put that tube in there and you fill it with pellets and just light. I mean, because that's what I do in my electric grill now, because dealing with the wood chips is such a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. Like, I just fill the tube, light the tube. That gives me the smoke, right. And then I just set the temperature. But you can do that at a grill, too. Oh. And I actually have...
I might do it. Maybe do it with, like, fish or something.
If you want it and want to try it, somewhere either in the garage or by the grill, I've got a smoker box.
Oh, I have a smoker box, yeah.
That you just lay on the coals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I had one of those.
But the tube's better than that anyway. So.
Yeah, the tube sounds way cooler.
And it's consistent. Like they have two kinds. Like I've got the long, like just the long skinny tube, and then they have ones that are kind of like a little maze type thing, and you pack it as much.
Oh,
as,
so it just goes all the way through.
You pack it as much as you can and just light it, and then it just slowly burns through it.
Oh, that's cool.
And if I do, because most of the time, like I'm doing like if I'm doing like cream cheese or something like that, I only need to smoke it for like 2 hours. I do like half or less, and I just light it from the
I want some smoked
end.
cream cheese.
And then it goes, and then it'll go over 2 hours, and then I usually have to just let it go until it burns out. But yeah, that's the way to go.
Let's keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm excited because I have been missing grilling. This is the longest drought of grilling I've ever had in my entire life. So I am looking forward to firing up those grills. Probably soon.
That's awesome that they have community grills.
Yeah. They're not huge, but I mean, like, I noticed them set up, and then I was like, the more I was thinking about it, I'm like, I think because the landlord was there, he had cleaned out like a whole bunch of stuff. He was there in the building, and I saw some stuff move, and then all 3 grills were out, and I'm like, there's no way that these are like...
Are they all the same grill?
No, they're 3 different grills. So that's why I was like, I don't know, like, why are there so many grills out? And I started putting it together. I'm like, I think these are communal grills. So I'm going to reach out and confirm that. And if that's the case, I'm grilling this week.
If they have electric out there, you'd be like, hey, could I get a smoker out here? Like...
Dude, I would. I mean,
or if I went in with, like, if you become friends with neighbors, but hey, can we go in on a smoker?
Yeah,
like,
we can all smoke stuff. It'd be great. Let's do it.
Weed.
Oh, trust me, that is happening in my building.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, that's happening in the building.
All the people getting high, watching the kids in the park.
Yeah. Well, you haven't been in since everything's been set up.
I
right?
literally have only been there the day you moved in.
Got to come by this week. How's that? We'll do that.
All right.
Sometimes when I open up my pantry, I can smell weed. And sometimes when I go into my bathroom, I can smell weed. And
there's a world of people who would enjoy that.
Yeah.
Like,
for me, it's like, okay, that's fine. Overall, though, I'm like, it's like being with my old roommates.
like I don't even notice it half the time when I smell. It's like, and again, I don't smoke weed, but like
you snort it.
Oh yeah, totally. Put it up my butt. You pack it in there. You leave it in all day, dude. You get an incredible high. But so like if we're walking anywhere, like Becca will immediately notice it, and she'll be like, "Somebody's smoking weed." And I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh, that smell." And I'm like, "Is it really that bad?" She's like, "But it's on the streets." I'm like, "Better than like somewhere else, I guess." I don't know.
Well, where else is it gonna be?
But she notices it like right away, but then sometimes she'll be like, "I smell weed." I'm like, "No, that's a fucking skunk."
Yeah, there's definitely I can distinctly tell the difference.
She's like, "No, that smells like dead ass skunk." Like one just got hit by a car and
while smoking. Yeah, got hit by a car from someone who was smoking weed.
Yeah, or who knows? The skunk could have been smoking weed, so now it's just extra stinky skunk.
The skunk could have been driving the car, jumped out, self terminated.
Is that how they came up with the term skunk weed? Because they like get the weed and they mix it with the skunk perfume,
dude,
and then it marinates and then they sell it.
You got it, dude.
Fuck. No wonder that shit fucks you up in weird ways.
Anyways, what are we drinking, Brandon?
Alcohol. We are drinking Funkytown Brewery, Hip Hops and R&Brew. I think that's the name of the. Yeah, it's got to be the name of the beer, right?
I believe so.
Hip Hops and R&Brew. I will read what it says in the can. Chicago, the Windy City. Chi-Town, the Second City. The Crib. This beer is the one that started Funkytown. It is reminiscent to an artist's first album. We spent years developing the style, flavor, aroma, and mouthfeel. We wanted to make a beer that allows people to expand their palate, not turn it off. Enjoy on repeat. Flavor profile. Can you guess the hops if you don't already know?
I don't already know. Can I guess the hops? I'm going to say there's some Simcoe in there.
No.
Damn it. Citra?
Yep.
I knew that. Is there Amarillo in there?
No, but it's another one you like.
Mosaic?
Yep.
I don't know fucking hops anymore, man. I need to brew again.
Citra and Mosaic. It's also got some orange zest.
I was going to say the orange zest I get for sure.
And then there's like a little beaker bottle with bubbles in it that says Denny's Favorite. So I don't know if that's the yeast.
Whoa.
Maybe their house yeast is called Denny's Favorite.
Cool.
They named their yeast. That's cute.
Is this a pale ale?
It is an American Pale Ale with orange zest.
So, hold on. Let me grab my phone real quick. I put it over further in the studio.
To charge?
Yeah, hold on. The reason why...
You can plug it in behind you.
I don't know why I do it like that. I just love it putting it over the fireplace. I have... You know me and Pale Ales. We're best friends. And I just had one yesterday from More Brewing, Pioneer American Pale Ale.
Okay.
Which... get ready to mark it down. It's the first thing I'm going to say this year of it. That's going on my Maltese list, I think.
Which one was it?
Pioneer American Pale Ale from More Brewing. It is, I want more.
More.
After I wrote it on Untappd, I put, I need more of this. And I was like, clever. It's from More Brewing. And I said, I need more of this. But it's really good. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is that, spring being a time of, I feel like fresh, bright beers. This is there with that More beer of being something that's kind of like fresh and bright and easy drinking. The bitterness. I don't know. Let me take another sip. Hold on.
It's not overly bitter.
No, it's not overly bitter, but there's like a back bitterness. No. There's a sweetness and I think the orange zest is also helping too.
Yep.
Like, I am not ready for big IPAs yet. I'm not ready for like having some. I mean, I have some IPAs at home, but I'm thinking of just like the time of year. This particular beer from Funkytown and that beer from More, like those beers are what I look forward to this time of year because it's like spring and bright and fresh, and this beer hits that 100%. It's very tasty. I like this, and I believe I've had it before, but I haven't had it probably in a while. I've had some other Funkytown beers. They make really good beer. I enjoy them. This is no exception. Very tasty.
Was this one of the ones? Did you get this, or did Corey bring this?
I believe Corey left this.
So, did they brew out of Pilot Project?
I don't know, and I don't think so.
They just gave him a bunch of beer, and he was like, "Oh, you're going to talk to those guys. Here's some beers."
Thanks, Pilot Project.
Because Pilot Project is going to be there. And I was looking it up quick to see if Funkytown was going to be there. It does not look like they will be, but still a fantastic beer.
Yeah, it's nice. It's. I get caught up. I've been drinking light macro lagers, which the one I've been drinking, I don't know if I can drink anymore.
Oh.
Even though I got something for today, I'm very much looking forward to like drinking more pale ales now.
Yeah,
like these type of beers. I feel like the last year I've made up for all the lager drinking that I haven't done. Mm-hmm. I mean, last night I went out and I had what did I have? I know I had Yingling. Ooh. Did have some Yingling on tap. I had 2 of those. There's something else, something hazy. Oh, Waybird from
Half Acre.
Yes.
Nice.
That's really good. I've had it in cans before, but man, on tap that is delicious. So yeah, I had that. But yeah, I'm excited that we're got warm weather coming up, and these types of beers make me even more excited because these are the beers I want to be drinking, and not I did also buy some barrel aged beer. I gotta try something. I always crave I don't know what it is, man. I crave every now and then like I want a barrel aged beer, like a barrel aged stout to be to be specific. And the bar by me also has Bourbon County on tap still, so that's cool.
Sutherland's. Mm-hmm. Man, you can like walk there now.
I know, great. Been there once.
I can walk there. I choose to drive, but I can walk there.
Well, it's funny from how close I used to live to you, and now I live further. But it was like, on a nice day, I really if we do this on the way, I really need to just walk over because it's such an easy walk.
Yeah, it just reminds me, like growing up, there still is. There's a Chinese restaurant at the end of the block, literally at the end of the block. Like you've been to my parents' house before. Yeah. It's a standard city block. It's not one of those long ones, but at the very end of the block, like just across Damon, there's a Chinese restaurant. It's been there for years, and my dad would call in orders and be like, "All right, I'm gonna go pick it up." I'm like, "All right," and he'd start to walk out the door. He's like, "Wow, where are my fucking car keys?" I'm like, "What do you need your car keys for?"
I'll go get it.
Yeah. And now, like, every time we go over there, that's kind of like, if we're all going to go to dinner, we just go down there and we
Nice.
like, take up half the place. If a bunch of my family's, but it's funny because, like, yeah.
Great, now I want Chinese food. Thanks a lot.
Like, why are you driving? Just walk. And now he'll walk. So
Good man.
Probably
good
because
man.
he doesn't want to feel bad in front of all of us. I think there has been like 1 or 2 times though where he'll be like, I'll meet you there. And then we all walk, and then like 5 minutes later he leaves and just drives down there.
Yeah, teach their own.
Like, and then, like, you gotta pay for parking if you park on Dean. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Just walk, Dad. Come on.
Or it's like, I swear he's probably parked at the end of the block, and I'm like, come on. I know you fell off a really big building and broke all your bones at one point in your life, but come on, move a little. Oh, he's getting his hip done, dude.
Is he?
April 17th.
Oh, good. Man, hip surgery. That's serious.
Yeah. None of us really knew. He didn't, like, he knew, like, just out of nowhere, he was like, oh, yeah, my hip's been messed up. I'm like, been messed up? Like, dude, you fell in 79. Like, that shit's probably been broken for years. I'm like, you bitched about walking.
I forget about that. I forget about that happened to your dad, which is not
like,
funny, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, now, I mean, I wasn't even born, but but I'm like, you literally bitched about walking your entire life, and like, now you're like, yeah, I should probably do something about my hip. I'm like, of course, you're 80. If you're Medicaid and, probably, I know he's still got insurance through his city job, but I'm like, if they're covering it, go, God bless
Absolutely,
him.
yeah.
But and it was like, so good thing my dad doesn't listen to podcasts. But like, so in June, like we have a surprise trip that we're gonna try and take him on. Well, we're not gonna try to. Like we paid for it, so it's like surprise, you're going, motherfucker. And I was like, holy shit, is he going to be able to move? Like, that's like it's 2 months later. But they were like, no, the doctor said he has to walk out of the doctor's office after the procedure.
Oh, yeah. So he has to get moving.
There's like literally, like, there's no, like, Becca's dad had his knee done. And like, you go through, physical therapy and all that kind of stuff, which he probably has to do that as well.
Yeah.
But like, he was in the hospital, I think, for a couple days, and then like wheelchair and like all this shit. But like, they're like, no, you walk out of here. Like,
wow. You got to be active, so that's good.
yeah.
No, won't ruin the.
I should ask him if he can keep his old hip. That'd be kind of cool. Like, you've got like shark bones and shit in your basement, like a shark skull. Like, put your hip next to it, man. Like, why not?
I know you're walking to get the other beer. I was about to ask you though, how many? Well, let's see. What can I do? How many? How many
Sorry.
How many funky towns are you giving this? This is the worst one I've ever came up with.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Could have said orange peels or
Yeah.
oranges or hop things. Whatever.
I was trying. Well, that's what I was trying to think of. I was trying to think of something that was like that would be hip hop reference. But I was like, all right, how many vinyl records are you giving this?
I'm gonna go 4.
4. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I have rated this. I'm doing a 4. And what I gave it when I first had it, was back in April. Oh shit, almost a year ago. Almost 2 years ago to the day.
Ooh.
I had it at Beer on the Wall. And you know what? I think I know when I had this, something about it felt like it was old, but I got it from Beer on the Wall, so I don't think it was old. I don't know, maybe it was like something was going on with that particular.
You had it at Beer on the Wall? Or
I bought a can from Beer on the Wall. Beer on the Wall, they don't really keep.
No.
They're not like keeping old cans lying around. It was something about it. I was like, ooh, something's off, and I wasn't like feeling it. But I gave it a 3.5. I didn't get that with this. This tastes like a fucking delicious pale ale, and I was very happy. So I'm giving that a 4. So I have to change my rating on that. Thank you, Funkytown.
Yeah, there's no package date on here. Oh yeah, so this is it's pilot project. So
speaking of that, the next one we're having is, Standard Goods Pale Ale. Now we've had Standard Goods Lager.
Yep.
We've had that before. So this is Standard Goods Pale Ale, brewed pilot project in Milwaukee. So brewed in Chicago and Milwaukee. So this has Milwaukee, Wisconsin on the actual can.
Okay.
I'm wondering if this one is specifically is standard goods from Milwaukee.
Ooh, I don't know.
Well, maybe one day we'll have a guy back on the show who used to look shit up like that for us. Thanks a lot. No description on here. It is 5% ABV. It's another pale ale, baby. I'm pretty excited about this. I didn't know what I knew we were drinking beers that Pilot Project gave Corey to give to us, and I didn't know what was all in there except for the one standard good lager. That's the only thing that I recognized right away or that I noticed. I was like, oh, we've had that before. I didn't know if this was also like a lager or some sort or a different type. I didn't know it was a pale ale from them.
Yeah.
Ooh, right off the bat, it smells delicious.
It does. I like this one.
Oh, man. Yeah. God, I love pale ales.
Yeah, but dude, when they're done right, it's like...
Really makes me want to brew a pale ale. I gotta brew soon. I gotta get all these grains and stuff before these tariffs that are gonna save our country take effect.
Yeah, right. It's funny. So I mean, well, not the tariffs, but
yeah. No, there's nothing funny about that.
I looked up. So standard goods, they will be at Chicago on tap.
Sick.
So I went and I looked at their website to find a description of this beer, and it literally says hoppy, floral, and fruity.
Absolutely.
And I agreed.
Yeah.
Then I was like, there's got to be something more descriptive, so I searched it again, and like even Beer Advocate, it's their description: hoppy, floral, and fruity. I'm like, okay, that's what we're going with, folks.
All right, I'm gonna see. All right, there's one more place to look, and that's Untapped, because sometimes there's more information, and this has hoppy, floral, and crisp. Standard good exists because it ought to. With all the approachability and affordability of a big brewery, but without contracts or BS. We're proud. Okay, it's just about them. Never mind. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, this is tasty. I really like this, and none of our friends have checked it in. Interesting.
So I checked. So the first beer we had, I actually looked. It was in February 2023. I had it at Jerry Sandwiches. I had it on tap, and I gave it 4.25.
What, the Funkytown?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now, I'm looking up real quick before we get into this beer. I'm looking up the lager. I didn't check it in, so I don't know when we had this, but we did have it on an episode. We have had their lager on an episode.
Yeah.
This, I feel like this leans more on the crisper side of a pale ale as opposed to the Funkytown one.
Yeah.
I think this one maybe is more my speed of what I want from a pale ale that I'm going to drink all the time. Mm-hmm. Again, not taking away from Funkytown, just personally my preference.
Well, and there's a key difference between these two. The Funkytown has orange zest added.
Yeah.
So that adds a different layer, which is enjoyable.
Yeah,
but
it's nice.
To me, it's not a consistent, I'm going to drink, a couple of these. Now, like, go to the hot summer day reference. If somebody brought like a stack of pale ales, like I would probably go to this one.
Yeah, this there's a little less sweetness to this, which I like. Like that's what I'm looking for in a pale ale. Like I guess that's kind of where I was going with the Funkytown, where it wasn't the bitterness, I guess, but it leaned a little bit more IPA-ish than pale ale, but not in the sense where I would be confused, like, oh, that's an IPA, because I even said, this is a pale ale.
Yeah, but I feel like when you get into pale ales that use adjuncts, or I don't want to say adjuncts, but add fruit and things like that, I feel like that sweetness kind of brings it to that IPA territory, because you can have IPAs that are, just, more like a pale ale, just hopped a little higher. And to me, that adds a lot more, sometimes adds more sweetness, depending on the grain that they use too. So like if they would have called this, like an IPA, I probably wouldn't have been surprised. I wouldn't have been like, no.
Yeah, same here. And I think to what you're saying, even with that, because it's orange zest they use, right?
Yep.
Or that I think is maybe where I'm getting that extra bitterness.
Yep.
And I think that's where, because of the sweetness of that beer and the zest, why it leans more towards what my palate was like, it's kind of like an IPA.
Yeah.
But not to say that it drinks like an IPA.
No.
It was refreshing. I loved it. We gave it a fucking 4.
No, very, very good.
This, though, is more along the lines of, like, for me, this reminds me of, like, Fist City from Revolution.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, Fist City, every time I see, like, if I go and I'm just like, okay, I want, like, some beer for the week, like a 6-pack of some sort, I will, especially like around now or warmer weather, if I see Fist City, I tend to grab that because I'm like, oh, good, because I'm, after dinner, have, a Fist City and, just something else.
Yeah.
Like a refreshing light, crisp,
Indeed.
fruity, floral.
Indeed.
Brandon, how many Wisconsin goods are you giving this?
I'm like 4-1, 4-2.
Yeah, I'm 4-2. I'm 4-2.
Yeah.
I'm a short man. No, 4-2 for this for sure. It's fantastic. I'm always, I like to try new beers. I like to try new beers. And I'm glad that because we do this show, we get an opportunity to, force ourselves to buy new things that maybe we haven't tried, or we get gifted beers to try like we have with this. And it's nice to know, like, this I will seek out. Same thing with the Funkytown. Like, those two beers I want to get.
And can I say that's the beauty of places like Beer on the Wall or Bottles and Cans that let you buy single cans? Because I'm very non-committal.
Yeah.
When it comes to beer, especially if I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to buy a 6, and we've early in our podcasting careers, we did a lot of that. Just go buy a 6-pack, and we would have all these 6-packs, and we were exchanging beers, and like that's probably why my fridge got filled with beer at one point.
Absolutely.
And it's still filled with beer.
Well, and I had beers like that for when I had people come over for parties and stuff. Be like, here, drink these beers.
Yeah, and like we don't have enough people come over, so it's like, what the deuce? But yeah, shout out to them, kudos to them for doing stuff like that, because it just makes the experience so much better, and it allows us to try things and then know what we want to go find and explore more.
It definitely makes it easier for when you and I are doing an episode 2 that I can, once we decide what we're doing and when we're doing it, it's easy for me to just shoot over to Beer on the Wall, which I normally go to in Park Ridge.
Yep.
Shout out to Beer on the Wall, Park Ridge. To get beers for these episodes, and then I also get a couple for myself.
Indeed.
Well, that, I think it is time to take a break and eat these Pringles.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, man. Was it really not recording?
When I said that I realized it wasn't recording, I started recording.
Oh, nice. So there is a little bit. Okay. I love going back into that and listening to the stuff that's happening, because
What'd you do?
I think it was the last episode I left some laughing in right before we came into it. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that ad. So, yeah, we're drinking through a bunch of Pilot Project beers, which, is a bunch of breweries who brew through Pilot Project. So that's pretty exciting. And they will be at Chicago Chicago on Tap this Thursday. I hope you guys got tickets. If not, well, what are you waiting for? Get a ticket.
Have you been to Pilot Project?
I've not.
Neither have I.
We should go.
I've never been there. I've never been to District Brewery Yards.
I've been to District Brewery Yards, and I work close to the Wheeling one, but I have not been there.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, which is stupid of me.
Well, actually, no, because I feel like
I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, because you literally you live in the city, you work out near Wheeling, and it's like,
no. Why would I? I mean, it's really not that far. I mean, you know what? Maybe I should go this week.
You recruit some people from work. Like, you see, that's my thing is like, if I worked out in the burbs and I had to drive somewhere, like I'd be like ready to go home. But then if people were like, "Hey, we're gonna go out after work," I'm like, "All right, that's a different story."
Yeah.
Like,
everybody in my job though, we in dirty ass warehouse. We're all like, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
that's what I do.
But even like when I used to travel a lot for work, it was like I literally was going to breweries by myself.
Oh yeah, I for sure for traveling, I mean, that becomes part of. I mean, I'm going, like I told you, I'm going to Kenosha next weekend for the Beer and Cheese Festival they're having at the Brat Stop, and
bring a to-go bag and just bring me back a bunch of beer and cheese.
I'll bring you a bunch of cheese. I'll put it in one bag for you, a bunch of beer and cheese.
If Jack Links is there, rob him blind, and then
hey, I will be bringing back some. If you want some New Glarus, let me know. I'll bring you some back.
I've got enough beer.
I figured as much. But my plan is I'm kind of revisiting the trip that I took last year, because I'm going to start off going to Tangled Roots and getting breakfast before I go because I need a little base.
Oh,
so really
adventurous.
They are offering unlimited samples of cheese and beer, but also, so here's the thing. Before we get into
At the Brat Stop thing?
yeah, it's and if I got the VIP ticket, which was like $80, which I almost did, there's like a buffet, which I was like,
Cheap motherfucker.
This guy knows me too well. Now, look, if you and
I wouldn't have done it either.
but if you and I were going, I would have been like, dude, you just pay the 30 extra.
Is older like? Is it all Wisconsin breweries?
Yes, and there's homebrew there too. So I was actually not all Wisconsin, but I'm gonna read through real quick just so you know. So Alaskan Brewing's there. Then we have
Definitely not from Wisconsin.
Angry Orchard, Arnold Palmer Spiked, Badger State, Bell's, Blue Moon, Brewdog, Cayman Jack. Isn't that like a cocktail thing?
Yep.
Okay. Cider Boys Hard Cider, Crook and Marker, Dogfish Head,
I don't think you've said a Wisconsin one yet.
Dusterbrex Brewing Company, Eagle Park.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, Eagle Park, Wisconsin. Gray Brewing, Great Dane Brewing, Great Lakes, then Happy Thursday, which is a hard water.
Okay.
Hard Mountain Dew.
It's hard water vodka.
Hop Valley Brewing Company. Jack Daniel's Cocktails. Kentucky Coffee, which is a coffee bourbon. A bourbon
fuck?
Yeah. Lake Louis Brewing.
What kind of fest is
Lakefront
this?
Brewing, Lining Kugels, Mike's Hard Lemonade, Modelo, Mom Water, Monaco, New Belgium, Point, Raised Grain, Sam Adams, Sierra Nevada, Simply Spiked Lemonade, Sun Cruiser Cocktails, Terrapin, they added more. Toppling Goliath, Topsy Turvy.
Ooh, Toppling Goliath.
Topsy Turvy, they're good. They're up in Lake Geneva. Truly, Twisted Tea, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, White Claw, and then Whole Hog. So it is a it's not a beer.
That is weird.
It's so fucking weird. But I'm very excited because I'm like, there's a lot of shit here. I'm like, this is, and my hotel is a 6-minute walk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm cutting through another parking lot just to get to it. So it's easy. So I'm looking forward to that. But I am kind of redoing the trip that I took last year around August. So after the fest, stay there, and then Sunday, shake off the hard Mountain Dew that I drank, and then head east, and I'm going to hit up a couple more breweries, maybe even one of the ones. If Harbor Brewing, they should still be, right? Harbor? I'm going to stop there and see if they got any sours to take home, because see if it's the right one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have it, but I'm going to bring back some beers from this trip.
They had, I was at Jewel the other day. They had like the cases of, like the mixed case of hard Mountain Dew, like 50% off. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it.
I saw it. I was like,
the Jewel at
yeah,
Six Corners?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I'm not buying it.
That's so funny because I almost bought it. Instead, I bought a Code Red. Did we have Code Red?
No, I don't think so.
So they had Baja and Code Red. And yeah, I bought Code Red to share. We
Like
bought,
the hard Code Red?
Yeah, neither one of us had it before.
I don't think I've ever even had a regular Code Red.
Code Red is delicious. When I was a kid, when Code Red came out,
Oh, I guess if it's been around that long.
yeah, regular Mountain Dew I don't like. Code Red I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting. Code Red's good.
I was a degenerate at one point. So.
I know, yeah, dude, we all were.
And a fat kid. Still a fat kid. But,
not.
do the do. Let's see. What did we have? Oh. Did we only have one? Just the zero
Really?
sugar?
Is that it? I mean, they're all zero sugar.
Well, the regular
That's all we had.
hard Mountain Dew.
I thought we did. I thought we tried at least 2.
Did we do one on After the Final Pour?
No, I thought we only had one episode. So we only did the regular Mountain Dew?
Apparently, according to my search, it's only a picture of the regular Mountain Dew.
Interesting. Well, Code Red was pretty good. Maybe
Did we do something similar to that? We did a couple of them.
We did the Voodoo Rangers.
Oh,
The
yeah,
teas,
maybe
the hard
that's what I'm
teas.
thinking of.
That could be it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Because I think we had that one, and then we're like, oh, we got to get more of these and talk about them more. And,
We did.
lack of follow through on our part.
Hey, we still keep the show going.
Hey, we do it. We
All
do
right,
it.
Brandon, let's talk about this beer.
What are we drinking?
Brewer's Kitchen 2 Falls Hazy IPA.
Affably named in reference to the two waterfalls in Vermont of the same name, Moss Glen Falls. Two Falls is our newest take on a famed IPA style born out of New England and brewed using Citra, Talus, I don't know that one, and Sultana hops. First brewed in June 2022.
Interesting. So this beer's old as fuck.
Yeah. And I'm almost done with it.
Me too, because we talked about all that other shit. This is the problem when we don't see each other for a while.
Yeah.
The show just becomes us catching up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just fine. That's the whole idea behind the show. Two friends catching up while drinking.
Maybe that's just what we do. We just never see each other. Just do the show. It's how we reconnect. It's great. See you in a week.
I don't want to do that. I mean, kind of what we do, but I don't want to do just that. I like when we hang out and cook food and eat food and do stuff.
I want wings.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have some wings tonight, too, if you want to come over. You should come over.
I've got leftover wings from last night that we went to Miller's Ale House before we went to see.
Dude, I love Miller's.
So do I, but like it took, I mean, it was kind of busy, so it took a really long time to get our food. Our movie was at 7:45. I think we got our food at 7:15, 7:20.
Cut close.
And I ordered wings in spite of my Catholicism. I was like, I'm having meat. And then Becca was like, you're going to order wings? Isn't it Friday? And I'm like, hey, I already made this choice to myself and justified it in my head. I was like, do not make me turn around on this.
Jesus will forgive you.
Yeah. And she's like, does it really matter? I'm like, why don't you start with that? So I had and I think I had like 3 wings, and like I ordered the hottest ones they had, and I'm like, they're pretty hot. Like not unbearable. Like I could have gotten through it.
Hey,
but
we did the hot ones.
Yeah. But and then in my head, I was like, I'm going to keep ordering the hottest thing I can everywhere I go to prepare myself
for next year.
I
like your style.
Come in swinging.
Well, hey, I've got the bomb at home, dude.
Yeah.
And I've got the last dab at home.
Yeah. So and that being said, I've got like 9 wings left to have, and I think Becca's got like she ate half her salmon and whatever. So
the food, I will say, Miller's food is pretty good.
Yeah.
I've had. I will say this: their rib deal was $15 for a slab of ribs on Mondays. So Mondays, Tuesdays. Now look, they're okay.
Yeah.
You decide with it too.
What do you expect for $15?
I think there's like cumin in their sauce or whatever they use in their rub. Whatever I had that day, I love cumin too, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Or was it cumin or some type of? No, I'm sorry, it wasn't cumin.
Paprika.
It tasted like there was some like Chinese 5 spice in there, which I like, but I don't want it on my ribs.
Yeah.
So it was a little weird.
When anytime I use cumin in anything like my food or
your baths,
yeah, I like to take a soak in cumin. And sometimes like gram masala and all those weird like just Eastern European spices.
Eastern European,
Western European spices. Yeah. Sorry, getting my directions messed up. Asian spices too.
Indian spices too.
No, not just Indian. Sometimes I soak in jalapenos.
That's good.
But anyways, but anytime I use cumin in something, Becca will come down and she's like, "Why does it smell like dirty socks?"
Oh God!
And I'm like, and I was like, I don't know. She's like, "Let me smell your feet." And I'm like, "Don't get away from my feet. I know they smell." And she's like, "Did you cook something?" And I was like, "Oh, I made some jerky or like whatever." And she's like, "Did you use cumin?" I'm like, yeah, "Of course." She's like, "That's what it is." I'm like, okay.
That's all right.
Just assume it's the cumin.
A friend of mine used to live in an apartment building that everybody in there made curry, and so his apartment smelled like curry all the time, which is a very, very strong smell.
Yeah. I don't mind it in doses.
Yeah, but that's not what I want to smell. I'd rather smell barbecue all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brandon, what do you think of this beer?
I like it.
Yeah, I did too. All right, let's move. No. I will say this. It kind of drinks like a hazy pale ale, not a hazy IPA. Yep. Just because of the body of it. It's a very light body. It's very similar to... Yeah, the body kind of reminds me a little bit... Well, I was going to say like the Standard Goods, but it feels like a light-bodied beer. Yeah. So it reads more like a pale ale to me on my palate. Yeah. So, but overall, I think it's tasty. It's fruity. It's kind of like stone fruity. You know what I mean? It's not like heavy on like citrus so much, but more of a stone fruit and citrus combo. So it's very tasty. I'm assuming that's what maybe one of those other hops lend themselves to. Yeah. How many? Sorry, Brewer's Kitchen, that we didn't spend too much time on this. We got taken away. But Brandon, how many waterfalls? I was gonna say kitchen sinks. Oh, that works too. Well, because I saw a kitchen. How many waterfalls are you gonna get with that? I like waterfalls. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I'm gonna go. I think I'm at like a 3.9. Damn, dude, we are on the same fucking page because I'm gonna do a 3.8 on this. So yeah, because it's good. I like it. I'll tell you this. I would grab this and drink it, and this is definitely, it's nice because it leans, I think, more into the springtime of what we've had for the other two beers.
Yep.
Very good. I like it. Very, very tasty.
Yeah, the lineup we've had so far just makes me want to go. Like, we should definitely check out Pilot Project and just
Absolutely
enjoy all of their offerings because, they deserve to be enjoyed.
I'll be honest. On my way here, when I was on my way here, just thinking about like the time of year it is, and like doing this episode, I'm like, oh man, I'm looking forward to like warmer weather and actually hanging out in your yard.
Yeah,
and like coming by and maybe throwing some food on the grill and having a beer or two like these while hanging out. I do want to do that more. I'd like to do that more this year, man.
You are welcome anytime.
Thank you.
That.
I know. I think maybe we should do like a Friday and then hang out with the kid for a while, and then adult hang out in the backyard, and then I'll stumble my ass home.
Let's do it.
Cool. All right. I think I got time for one more beer.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yeah, we do. I do want to. I'm going to rinse these glasses for the next beer.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna sit here.
Better slam that. And filibuster.
I'm going to filibuster. Just a reminder that the Meals on Wheels Chicago on tap is happening. Ooh, and we're blasting off into space just in time. That the Meals on Wheels Chicago on tap is happening this Thursday. Get a ticket. Tons of breweries, tons of restaurants. It is money going to a good cause, and you get a chance to sample. I mean, if you haven't listened to the episode yet, go back and listen to it. I think it's like 2 episodes ago, an episode and after the final pour. Go back and listen to it. It's awesome. It's a great time, and we're very much looking forward to it. And we hope to see you there. Don't be lame. Don't be lame and go and join us. Don't be lame and not join us is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't be lame. Period. Join us. Period. Does that make sense, everybody? You got it? Great. And that ends my filibuster as we enter into outer space. It is, see, that's the thing. It is cold enough for heat to still kick on. Which, I don't know, that's the thing like I kind of like about this time of year. It's like, oh, it's not like hot. It's cool enough. But it is cool enough. Ooh, we went with this, huh? All right, okay. Brad, I have something to confess on this podcast. Something I feel like I've been holding back from people.
You hate pickles?
No, I love pickles. I do love. I love homemade pickles the most. But something that I haven't really told many people is that I, for the longest time, never really liked a Chicago style hot dog.
Yeah.
But I do like mustard and onions and throw in some celery salt on there. But I'm not a big fan of relish. I don't want tomatoes on my hot dog, and I don't want the fucking pickle. As we land.
Get out.
But lately, I have been having Chicago style hot dog. I've had it 3 times in the last 2 weeks. The only thing I take off is the pickle. I don't want a pickle on my hot dog, but I've come to love a Chicago style hot dog. And the reason why I bring that up is because the beer that we are drinking is Donna's Pickle Beer. And I don't have a lot of information on this other than it is brewed and packaged by Pilot Project. And it says, the finest brine, Donna's Pickle Beer. You'll relish every sip. Lager with real pickle juice. So it's a lager that has real pickle juice. So it says, Donna was backstage at the garden eating pickles from a jar. In a flash of light, she was pushed on stage and kissed full on the mouth by a beer-drinking Mick Jagger. It was electric. No, not the kiss. The taste in her mouth. Beer and pickles. That night, Donna's Pickled Beer was born. That's a weird story and description for this particular beer. I don't fully understand.
It's my wife.
That's a weird. Why is Mick Jagger involved in that story?
I don't know. Hey, Becca. Yeah? You want to try a pickle beer?
It's a pickle beer. It's a lager made with real pickle juice. Hi, by the way.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for the offer.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Ooh.
We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done here. Thank you for letting me steal Brandon for this amount of time. What do you think of it?
It's good.
It's interesting.
You can definitely smell it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As soon as we poured it, I was like, ooh, that smells like pickle.
You know, Sephora likes it.
Oh, yeah. My sister is like a pickle whore. No, literally anything pickle you tell her, she's like, I'll try it. I'll try it.
Dude, that can be taken so many different ways, though.
Yeah.
So I still have.
I
still have. From the Krampus market, I still have the habanero pickles.
I'm almost done with mine. But so what
I want to make a relish with it on a hot dog.
What I've been doing with, so I actually a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month or two ago, I was at Jewel and they had kimchi pickles.
Ooh.
And I went through all the pickles and I took carrots and I dropped carrots in there and I just let the carrots sitting there.
Yeah.
And then I've been, just snacking on the carrots. I'm almost done with the pickles, the habanero pickles I had, and I'm just going to throw I was going to throw some jalapenos in there, like pickle some, like, because you can reuse the brine. Like,
yeah. So you got me that pickle moonshine, the pickles.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? For the longest time, that was something my friend Myke and I, Myke's been on the show. Yeah, Myke, the guy makes the theme song. He and I used to take shots of it.
Yeah.
It was delicious. It was like, we do it on a special occasion, like, he and I were about to start working on music together. We did it before we went to a Chicago Dogs game. It was always something specific. The last time we did it was before we got out of my last place. He and I, we all had a shot of the pickle moonshine, and that was
nice.
It. R.I.P. I've
never tried it.
I will tell you this: if I see it again or you see it again, let's
think,
grab it.
I think Benny's has it.
I looked for it last time, and they don't. They have a bunch of other moonshines, which are great. Did you get the Eggo waffle one? Did we try that?
I got a version. Yeah, I think I did.
Right? Didn't we have it?
We tried. I don't know if we tried it on the show, but I think we tried it, and it was okay.
Yeah, I do like those. We should maybe do an episode on those.
It was like a Bailey's cream.
Yeah, which I still have some Baileys from St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
I made a milkshake the other night because I bought a Shamrock Shake one night, which is fucking insane how expensive it is, but also it's huge. I took 2 sips and I'm like, I actually don't want this right now. I'm gonna pop it in my freezer. And so, literally, I left the straw in there like a moron.
And then it freezes.
And the whipped cream was on top. So I took half of it, made that, and I was like, I'm going to add some Baileys to this. And the people who do my taxes, Dan, they give ice cream. They give Girl Scout cookies away.
Okay.
So I had Thin Mints. I popped 2 Thin Mints in there, a shot of Baileys, the Shamrock Shake, made my own shake. It was delicious. I highly recommend doing that. Brandon, what do you think of this beer?
I like it. I enjoy pickles too. So
Me too.
I'm always curious. I think we may have one other time
We've had pickle beers on here.
A dill, maybe. Was it pickle?
If I'm not mistaken.
But I associate dill with pickle anyway. But.
I thought it was when, I'm so sorry for forgetting his name, from Mars. David,
yeah.
Didn't David bring a pickle beer?
He may have.
I think so. I think we had a pickle beer with David, which hopefully David will see on Thursday. Yeah, I think we've had at least 1 or 2 other pickle beers. I know there's a pickle beer, I think, from Wisconsin that we've also had as well. So 2 pickle beers from Wisconsin. Pickle beers are fun. I think the pickle beers I like the most have a little saltiness to them. Because this, while it does taste like pickle brine, like the flavor, I want just a touch, like a dash of salt, because then I'm like, it's like having a beer with pickle juice.
Yeah.
This to me tastes like a pickle juice inspired beer.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the dill's there, and there is a little brininess, but I just want like a touch, like a pinch more of salt, and that's it. Like if I had this beer again, I probably would just take a pinch of salt and throw it in there.
So when David was on, we did not have a pickle beer.
I feel like maybe we had it afterwards.
It's possible. And certainly, apparently, we may not have listed it in the episode descriptor.
Or at least it was around that time.
Yeah. So I've had pickle or dill beers in the past. The difference with this one that I'm feeling is like it literally feels like there's a beer and pickle brine just like merged together.
Yeah.
A lot of the other ones, it's just very dill forward or something like that. But this is just like a nice marriage of both.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's good. Me personally, I just want a touch more of salt in it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that would really. But I think anybody who likes pickles and beer, they're gonna love this.
Yeah,
it's really good. Brandon, how many pickles are you giving this?
For what it is,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4.5.
For what it is for me, I'm going 4.4.
Okay.
4.3 around there. Like I said, I just preference. Yeah. Is this something I would drink all the time? No. Is it something that if I saw single cans of, I would grab? Yep. And actually, Beer on the Wall has a pickle beer that we've not tried, and next time I stop in there, I'll grab one for the next episode that we do.
Cool.
Yeah, this is good. Man, pilot project. Way to go. Cranking out these things with all these breweries. It's fantastic. There has not been a miss in the lineup. And to be honest, I don't think we need to rank them. Like,
no.
They're all just... They're solid beers. Every single one of these are solid beers. And even the Brewer's Kitchen, while it was the only one that's under 4, it's not a... I don't want people to think that we don't like it.
Yeah,
it's not good. It's just kind of going off of what this is and what type of beer. Like, all these beers are good. All these beers are worth picking up and trying. And you definitely should. I look forward to trying more. I wonder what they're going to bring to Chicago on Tap.
Yeah, because on the list for pilot project, it's Brewer's Kitchen, Standard Goods, and Years Brewing that will be there.
Okay, so we haven't had anything from Years Brewing on the show, but we did have Brewer's Kitchen, Standard Goods, and so we got one more at least.
Yep.
To a new beer to try, or a new brewery for us to try.
Indeed.
Overall, everything's fantastic. It's very good. Thank you, Pilot Project and Corey, for giving us these beers for this episode. We appreciate it. Always fun to get beers and to talk about different breweries. Brandon, anything else you want to throw in there?
No, just look forward to running into some folks at Chicago on Tap, so we hope to see you there.
And remember, if you say the secret thing to Matthew from Old Irving, he will give you a can of Krampus. If you don't remember, go back and listen to the Meals on Wheels episode.
Because I don't remember.
I do, and I'll tell you when we're off mic. You have to call him by a certain name.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Brandon, love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
See everybody next week.
Bye.
And hopefully at Meals on Wheels. This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.